Hey everybody, how y'all been? Thanks for coming by. Good to see you. Hey, I know I haven't done nothing in a while, so I'll give you a quick update. Even though I really got nothing special to talk about. My time has been being consumed with taking care of Mom. She calls me in there to check on her on a very regular basis. She needing this and that. And any of you who have been watching the news know that we had a horrific rainstorm around here last week, and there was a lot of flooding going on in this part of the country. And down here by the creek, which is where I'm walking to, the little bridge there, or culvert, whatever you call this thing, was flooded. And the lady that lives up the hill, we saw her drive down here one evening and stop and back up and go back home. Well, yesterday, or not yesterday, the day before that, I guess her son and his kids, they all were out here pretty much all day. I guess they'd leave for a little while and then come back. And they were digging and using all kinds of whatever they could find. Like this big long tree here they've dragged out of there. And well, I can tell what they've been trying to do. They've been trying to make sure that these drains are not clogged. But there was just so much water, it wouldn't have mattered. It was gonna go over anyway. I mean, the water was up to the very edge of the top of these banks. And yeah, it was flowing over. And I just wanted to come down here and see exactly what they'd done. Looks like they dammed it off so it would all come this way, which isn't going to do any good. The next time it rains real heavy, it's going to go right over the top of that. And you know, if it works for them, I don't care what they do down here. This is actually mine, but you know, if it works for them, I don't care what they do. It's just kind of, I just wanted to see. And yeah, I can't really tell that they've done much, but it sure took them all day to do what they did. What else is going on? Up by the road there, somebody hit a deer the other day and killed it, and I drug it out of the road. And I think my neighbor finally grabbed it and drug it off into the woods somewhere. It was roadkill, and it was not worth doing anything with. I called the sheriff's department and asked them if there was somebody that tends to that kind of stuff. They said MoDOT, Missouri Transportation Department, takes care of those things, but you got to call them and ask them. And he did something with it before got a chance to do that. What else is going on? We had some water in our basement over the heavy rain, and a lot of it is from this thing right here. This is our well head, and there's a pipe in the basement wall where the wires that go down to the pump come out of the house and go down in here. And water, I've only seen it do it twice since we moved here, but when it's raining real heavy, the water will come in the house through that pipe with the wires in it. So I'm thinking this pipe may be rusted out down in there, and the rainwater saturates the ground and then leaks inside there and then comes inside the house. So that's something I'm going to have to look into and see if we can't get it fixed. And, well, whoever hit that deer lost their license plate, and I left it laying out here. I'm just going to go out here and see if it's still laying there. I don't know if Jay picked it up and threw it in the trash or what, but I figured whoever did that might want it if they saw it, drove by and saw it. And I don't see it here, so I'd say he did. And the trash is gone. It's been picked up. So, yeah. I can't seem to keep these trash cans picked up. Every time I look out here, they're blown over. Oh, what else? My buddy Steve, he came out here a couple weeks before Christmas, and we got on a 3-wheeler, and he brought his 4-wheeler, and we went back in the woods up there and found a tree that was about 3 inches around. He cut it down with that Home-Light chainsaw I fixed for him a few years back, and he took it home and sliced it up into little bitty wafers that his wife then turned them into Christmas tree ornaments. Now I guess she decoupaged photographs onto them, which was pretty cool. But on our way back after riding, we rode all the way down to the river back there, and we stopped out here at the concrete slab where we were just at, and saw my neighbor. We stopped and talked to him for a little bit, and when we got done chatting, my 3-wheeler wouldn't start. So I think maybe the plug got fouled out from just sitting and idling for so long. And, so I need to look into that. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. Anyway, I basically just wanted to come out and say hello to y'all. It's been a while since I've done anything. Well, I really haven't done anything. It's just been all caring for Mom, and haven't really got a thing done around here except for taking care of her. But you know, it'll have its own rewards. But anyway, just want to check in with y'all and let you know I'm still breathing. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas and a safe New Year holiday. And I want to say a special thanks to all of you who went out of your way to send me messages asking, you know, how I was, where I'd been, what's going on, just saying that you hadn't heard from me in a while, that kind of thing. And I really appreciate all that. That was great of you guys. I was talking to my buddy Shane from SCH, you know, Sulphur City Designs, the other day, my sticker guy. He's been a little under the weather, not feeling real good, so keep him in your thoughts and prayers that he gets to feeling better and things pick up for him. And while you're at it, go ahead and get yourself some Tough Dog swag. Go over and order some of that stuff. You know you want it. You know the kind. Even though that's not a Sulphur City Design hat. He does have Tough Dog hats over there. But yeah, let's see what else. Just want to say thanks to all you guys, man. I appreciate you, and just want to let you know it. So I wish I could remember everybody that sent me a message, to which I was grateful for. I'd say their names, you know, Andy, Shane, Stuart, Mike. Well, you all know who you are. And it's just too many for me to remember off the top of my head, and I apologize for that. But you all take care, and we'll see you again soon. So, yeah. And we might go downstairs and I'll show you where that water was coming in. So if any of you guys have any ideas about how what all that entails besides digging that down, I know that pipe comes out like 4 feet down in that wellhead where those wires come out. It's like 4 feet down in there. So yeah, I'm not very excited about having to dig that up. I know Gary over here, my neighbor, had some guys come out and redo his, and it was before it got cold. but within like an hour they had it dug up and replaced and put back together. However, I'm not sure if it was his well pump or if that was just his frost free. I think that might have just been his frost free that was giving him trouble. But at any rate, we'll go downstairs and have a look, and I'll share that with you. So I'm gonna pause this video here and we'll go do that. All right, we're downstairs. It's kind of noisy down here because we got the washing machine running and they're shampooing the carpet upstairs. But right here is my well system, water softener and reservoir, bladder bag, and here's the pressure switch, and these wires right here are what goes out. We got wire coming in here, it feeds out of this pressure switch into this box and then comes back and goes up out through here and turns my pump on and off from my well. Anyway, water comes just gushing out of there, and so it was flooding right here, and I took my old transmission funnel and stuck it in this long piece of pipe and MacGyvered this thing together that night, because yeah, we were getting water down here. It's still not all dried up, and I had some flex tube. I taped it together there, and then I had to take the vacuum, my wet and dry vac hose, and put it in there so it'd be long enough to come over here and go into the sump so it could be pumped out. Well, that sump pump kept falling over and was malfunctioning, and it would work 2 or 3 times and then it would quit. And during that little bit of brief time that it was quit, water was backing out and coming out of on the floor here, and it would just flow all the way around. And you see this little gutter here that goes all the way around? Well, that used to go all the way around this basement. But somebody, before we moved in their infinite wisdom, or lack thereof, took concrete and filled it in and smoothed it out. And that would actually channel any water that got in here around the edges of the basement back into this sump pump. Well, they did that all the way around, and yeah, it's a mess down here. There's just stuff everywhere. But I had the foresight to put everything up on pallets or blocks of wood, so then if it got wet down here, it wouldn't get ruined. But anyway, so the water just flows free in here, and it's still wet over in that far corner. I don't know if you can make it out, but yeah, it still hasn't dried up yet. And we haven't sucked it up with the wet dry vac because I still have this thing hooked up here. But anyway, there is lateral lines, something to that effect, down at the base of the foundation for this basement. And when enough water saturates the ground outside, it gets in there and it comes out into this sump pump pit also. I guess to keep the pressure off the foundation so it doesn't crack the walls in, which is good, except for I'm wondering why, when they had it all dug out doing that, why they didn't run it over to where the septic tank was going to be, and why they didn't make the septic tank deep enough that that would work. They're relying on electricity being here all the time, forever. If the power were to go out during a heavy rainstorm, this whole thing would just fill up. It'd be like a swimming pool down here. And of course the furnace would get ruined, and the washer and dryer would get ruined, and all this stuff we had down here would get ruined. So it's a bad design, and I don't know if that would have been a deal breaker when we were looking at the house, but in hindsight, I tell you what, it's no good. But anyway, that's enough of that. I guess my camera's cold. It don't want to turn off, and it don't want to pause. There's that rascal I need to get into. The 3-wheel. But that's a tricky situation because it's only got a pull start. I need to be able to pull start it from this side and look at the compression release and the spark plug on the other side. So I'm going to try to get Jay's help with that. Try to make sure it's getting a spark and the compression release is working. And see if I can't figure out why it wouldn't start back up. Alright, so that's it for now. I'll see you guys later. Y'all take care. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.